quitting your 9 to 5 job to go all in on business is exactly what we're going to be talking about in this video. If you go onto YouTube right now, the topic that is trending right now is just about you quitting your 9 to 5 job and going all in on your business. It doesn't matter the kind of business. It could be that you're thinking of going all in on content creation. It could be that you're thinking of going all in selling on Amazon. It could be that you're thinking of going all in selling on eBay. The kind of business in this case is immaterial, but the main thing I want to talk about is the fact that this video keeps trending and trending, and I want to share my own personal experience because I feel like there's something fundamentally wrong with this advice. You hear people talking about quitting your full-time job, quitting your 9 to 5 job just to go all in on business. I've taken pains to watch a lot of these videos just to see if somebody was actually there to say something different, but at the end of the day, there is something that is always missing in this claim, and I'm going to be talking about it today. But first things first, just in case you're missing me for the first time, I own a business that I would consider highly successful. I sell physical products on eBay, on my website, and the product in this case are products that are highly demanded. I sell used computers, used phones, used laptops, very good condition, and these are hardware that are highly demanded because of the situations of things right now in the world. I sell principally on eBay. I also have a website where I sell these items. I have quit my job to go all in on my business. I've had a job while going in on my business, and I really do think I've got quite a number of experience to actually contribute to this topic, and I stand on the side of you keeping your job in spite of the kind of news that you hear out there on YouTube. You have to keep your job, just in case you want to know my mind when it comes to that. But I'm going to be showing you so many reasons why you have to keep your 9 to 5 job and why the advice that you should quit your job and go on in on your business is a little bit toxic, because people telling you this, they are not being entirely truthful to the whole process that led to them quitting their job and how they were able to fight through the phase of building their business without having a job. All right. First of all, like I said, I've taken pains to watch a lot of these videos because they keep showing up on my feed. Not like I go searching out for them. I just keep seeing them. I quit my job, I quit my 9 to 5 job, blah, 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 and then I click on it just to see the perspective that the YouTuber in this case is trying to project. And I realized that, look, this person doesn't like his job and decided to quit his job to go into content creation, which is a kind of very responsible business, I would say, or to go all in on selling on eBay or on Amazon, or to go on in to pursue an SMMA kind of business and every other kind of similar service-based business. This is the kind of business that you hear people talking about. Nobody is telling you something that has not been tried before. If you're talking about SMMA, thousands of people have done it, and it's all documented here on YouTube. Talking about Amazon, people have done it. You know how it goes. Talk about eBay. People are doing it right now. People have done it. Talk about YouTube. In fact, these business models are not hidden. So that's why missing all of this video is that, first of all, nobody tells you their real personal situations. Nobody tells you their financial situation. Some of these people that share these videos with you that they quit their 9 to 5 job, sometimes they never ever tell you if they have somebody standing in for them in the moment when they had no jobs, if they had a husband, if they had a wife, or if they had a dad that said, you know what, my son, I really see that you've really motivated. Don't worry. Pursue your dreams. I'm going to bankroll this whole process. You don't have to pay me rent. You can stay in my house for free. You can use my car for free. Just go focus on your business. And then you see this YouTuber coming online to say, look, I hate my job. I quit my job and I went all in on business, and this is how it's going for me. But they don't tell you that, look, why doing this, discovering things, trying to figure out things, while trying to go through the dark stage of you trying to make your business work, there was somebody somewhere behind the scene that was actually bankrolling that process, that was funding that process, paying for your health insurance, making sure that you do not go hungry, making sure that the fact that you didn't make a cent or $1 from your business, you didn't have to give up on your dream. Believe me, there is always somebody behind the scene bankrolling this process. All right. First of all, if you hate your job and you want to quit your job, that presupposes that first, the job is not the best of jobs. It's a low-paying job. So the advice you also have out there on YouTube that yes, you could be working and saving on the side. Believe me, if you have a low-paying job or a shitty job, you can pretty much not save anything. Just forget about saving money at the end of the month, because as soon as you get your salary, you are definitely going to spend it on something. Either your car is going to be broken, your wash machine is going to be broken, just something's going to crop up that you just have to spend that little income that you have only very few people have this luxury of having a job where they can actually save, and that's also going to be coming to later. So each of these videos always begin by saying, I hate my job, I don't like the commute I do. Because of that, I'm going to quit my job, I'm going to quit my 9 to 5. I'm never going to work a 9 to 5 because I want to go in on my business. But they don't tell you that, look, I'm going all in on my business, but in this time, I have a wife that has a very good and high-paying job. They never ever tell you that. Or in this time, I'm going to be going on my business, but I have a husband that has an IT job that gets very good salary at the end of the month. So I can afford to take this risk of quitting my job and just going all in on my business. This is conspicuously missing in all of these videos. And believe me, I have watched not one, not two, not three. I've watched like literally hundreds of these videos, and it's just literally the same. I quit my job. I hate my 9 to 5 job. I'm never going to work a 9 to 5 job anymore because I want to go all in. I want to be a full-time content creator. Content creation, let's talk about this. If you want to be a content creator today, you have to first start a YouTube channel, perhaps, and you have to keep making videos. And believe me, you have to really make a lot of videos to be able to make it on the YouTube street. There are a lot of people that have some accounts that just get started today. They post 1 or 2 videos and the account blows up. There is no guarantee that you continue to have these views forever. All right? This is just what it is. Look, if you go the route of you being a content creator, is that you have to make a lot of videos. You have to make like 100, 200 videos. If you quit your job too early, you will not be able to sustain yourself in the time of you making 100 videos. You need a job, or you need somebody bankrolling this process for you. So if you are somebody out there, you just watched a video because you hate your job, you want to do what these YouTubers are saying, you want to just go ahead and then quit your job and start to post videos on YouTube, thinking that you will become very successful overnight, you must be delusional. You really must be delusional. I'm going to be sharing my experience very, very soon, but I just wanted to quickly get this off my chest as quickly as possible. If you want to think of starting an eBay business, it's the same thing. If you quit your job and decide to go all in on eBay, you are still going to be tied to the eBay platform, which there's no guarantee that if you list items today, they will sell tomorrow. There's just no guarantee. And then even if you tried, you were really grinding and you were able to list some items, you got some very good items to sell, and then let's say tomorrow eBay does a little change to its algorithm, and then you no longer receive the kind of traffic you used to get before, then now you have already quit your job, you do not have another source of stable income, then stress will begin to set in, and you're going to hate the decision why you ever had to quit your job to go all in on your business. If you want to go the Amazon route, yes, it's the same thing. You can go all out today. Perhaps you were fortunate to save some money from your job, and then the first month, everything seems to be okay. You are selling, you are bubbling. But then in the second month, yes, you still manage to go through. Then in the third month, your supplier has a relationship with you, and now you are back to ground zero. But then remember, you do not have a stable source of income. You've quit your job. You don't have a wife or a husband that is able to bankroll you in this time where you have no job. And then you become really, really stressed, and you really hate yourself from having to quit your 9 to 5 job or to go all in on your business. Don't worry, I'm not just sounding negative. I'm going to be giving you the playbook on how you can really do this to make sure that you do not hate yourself when situations like this begin to happen. All right? So it doesn't matter, except somebody is trying to give me a new kind of business that has not existed before. Like I said, if he's selling on eBay, if he's selling on Amazon, if he's been a YouTuber, if it's been SMMA operator, if it's been a dropshipper, it doesn't matter. These business models, they've got their ups and downs, because at the end of the day, you are still going to be tied to a platform, and these platforms, they all operate with an algorithm, and this algorithm, they never ever static. They're going to be changing, and as soon as there's an algorithm change, understand that it could affect your business model. It could affect a lot of things that you have put in place. And if the algorithm doesn't even change, let's say you sell products, digital products or physical products, there could also be a change in the demand for that product, and it's going to affect your business. If you sell digital product, people are naturally going to buy your product in the beginning. There's going to come a time where things will balance out. You won't be making as much sales as you used to make in the beginning. This is just what it is. Time to be corrected. There are very few businesses that continue to get the same number of orders year in, year out, except this can happen if you sell a very, very essential product. If you sell normal products on the platforms like eBay be on Amazon, understand that there's always going to be that time where you will not be able to make a lot of sales like it used to be, all right? And if you are a content creator, let's say you are a YouTuber, in this particular month, you've got a very good deal, a partnership deal or a sponsorship deal with a company, things are going good, month 1, month 2, month 3, there's going to be that time where the partnership deal in itself will also come to an end. And then you are back to ground zero. You are back to counting the little money that comes from the YouTube partner program. If you are lucky to be in a niche like the finance niche where you get really high for 1,000 views, then you might be balling. But if you are in the regular niches where the RPM is pretty much very low, then you begin to question yourself. And if you are not careful, you might hate yourself why you had to quit your 9-to-5 job or to go in on being a content creator. Understand that nothing lasts forever. Nothing absolutely lasts forever, all right? And then there's something that these YouTubers do not really tell you when they tell you to quit your 9-to-5 job, or when they say to you that, look, I quit my job just to go all in. Your personal situation also has a major role to play in your decision of whether to quit your 9-to-5 job or to stay in your job while you figure it out. You see, there are levels to these things, all right? If you are a single person, let's say you are a young man, young woman, single, you don't have any responsibilities, you've not got kids, you've not got people, brothers or sisters asking you for money, asking for your time, then it's a different transaction. In this case, you can actually decide not to even have a house. You can sleep in your car. You can sleep outside. You can decide to just eat noodles. You can decide to eat spaghetti or just burgers for a whole day, and nobody is going to ask you anything. Then you can pretty much sit down your computer 10, 15 hours a day just trying to figure out things. Nobody's going to trouble you. Nobody's going to ask you, what am I going to eat today? This is a different transaction, all right? If you are a young man or a young woman that is married, no kids, it's also the same. But this is another level to the game. Because you are married, the advice that works for a single person, a single man or a single woman, will not necessarily work for you, right? If you are even married, you don't have kids, your wife doesn't work, then there's a different approach to this game. If you have a wife or you have a husband, your wife or your husband works, you don't have kids, like I said, there's also a different transaction to this game. If you have a wife and the wife works and you have 1 or 2 kids, there's a different approach to the game. You see, there's no one size fits all. But a lot of these YouTubers that come online, they never ever tell you their personal situation. They never ever tell you that, look, I am a single person. I have no responsibility. Some of them do say it in all fairness. But the thing is, they don't draw me that point that because I am single, I can afford to take this risk. But if you are a young man that is married, you have kids, believe me, you have to keep your 9-to-5 job for as long as you possibly can. Now, just not to make this video so long, I'm going to share a little bit of my own experience. When I started out, trying to figure out things, I actually did test all the different models. And when I mean models, I'm talking about you having a full-time job and grinding it out, trying to figure out your business, having a part-time job, having a business on the side, trying to figure it out, or even not having a job and just having a business. These are 3 models I talked about now. Once again, the first is having a full-time job and having a business on the side, a business that you still have to figure out things. Second, having a part-time job and having to figure out things. And then the third model was not having a 9-to-5 job, having all the time in the world, but then having to also figure out things. Look, I did try these 3 models, and at the end of the day, I'm going to be telling you the model that I have found to work best. And just to share my own personal life with you, I have a wife that works, and I have got 2 kids, and I have a business on the side, and right now I do have a part-time job. And there's a reason for why this game is like this, all right? When I had a full-time job, man, it was very, very hard to go all in on my business. It was very hard. There was nothing I did. It was just not possible because when I finish from work, first of all, I'm already spent. Like mentally, physically, you are done. So you just want to come home, take your shower, and go and sleep. Yes, you can still spare 1 or 2 hours to figure out things, but the truth is, if you want to build a sustainable business, look, 1 hour a day or 2 hours a day is just too little. It's not. This is the business. The thing that you're trying to build demands more than that. It demands 12 hours every day. So if you're going to put in 1 hour thinking that you're going to figure it out in 1 year, you must be dreaming. The thing you are trying to build, once again, takes a minimum of 10 to 15 hours every freaking day. This is the kind of work you have to put in without distraction. All right. So if you want to keep a full-time job and want to figure it out, you can do it, but then it's going to tell on you physically, it's going to tell on you mentally. If you are not careful, if you're not having good diet, you might be burnt out before you even get to your destination, and you might ultimately be tired when you finally arrive at your destination. All right. And then I'm going to talk about the last model, which is you not having any job, trying to figure it out. This is also a very beautiful model, just talking about it. But the practicality is pretty much not there because, first of all, yes, truth be said, you will have all the time in the world to sit down and figure out your business. All right. But if your business is tied to a particular platform, let's say you want to sell on Amazon, you want to sell on eBay, on Etsy, it doesn't matter. Or even if you are a content creator, as long as the business model you are trying to build or whatever you're trying to figure out is tied to a platform, there's already a risk inherent in that kind of business model. What's the risk? The risk is that the business model is going to be subject to the algorithm, and the algorithm can change anytime. It keeps changing. The algorithm last year is not the algorithm right now you have on YouTube. Last year on YouTube, to go viral was a different approach. Right now, to go viral, all you have to do is to make a very, very unprofessional kind of video. Sit in your car or just sit in a dark room where the light is so shitty, you just go viral like that. But this time last year, if you made a very high quality video, good lighting, good mic, you pretty much go viral easily. But now, 2024, October, if you want to go viral, make sure that your video is as unprofessional as it can get. Let your camera be very shaky. Let your lighting be very bad. Let your audio be a little bit not the best. Stay in the car, stay in the sun. Just make this kind of unprofessional video, and you just see yourself going viral. The algorithm keeps changing. So if you do not have a job and the business model you are trying to spend all your hours that you've saved from not having a job to figure out is a business model that is tied to the algorithm, understand that there's going to be that time where things are going to fall apart. And when it falls apart and you do not have money saved up, well, you cannot even save, like I said before, because the job was shitty, you don't have money saved up, then you will have a different kind of stress. Because you running away from your job right now, you are kind of angry because you are having to work with people that you're not so cool with. That's your stress. You have to drive very long distance. Your boss perhaps is not the kind of boss you would have wished for. So this is kind of stress you have right now, and you are feeling like this is not a job for you. You hate your 9 to 5. But then if you have quit your job, truth be said, you will not have that kind of stress, but you will have a new kind of stress, which is you do not know where the next money or the next paycheck is going to come from, especially when the algorithm changes. It could change in the middle of the month. It could change shortly before the end of the month, and you just realize that you are not getting sales. If you sell physical products, you are no longer getting sales like it used to be. And if you sell digital products, people are just not buying. Or if you are a content creator, your videos suddenly don't just get the views that they used to get before. And at this point, the kind of stress you'll be having, believe me, you don't want to think of it. It's very bad because you could lose sleep because of this kind of stress, because you do not know where your rent is going to be paid. You do not know where your insurance is going to be paid. You do not know where your mobile phone, your internet is going to be paid. Believe me, this stress can drive you crazy. If you have a wife or a husband, you guys might be having the best time together, but when things go south, you will really have it rough. All right? So the stress that you get from not knowing where the next paycheck is going to come from, or not knowing where the next client is going to come from, believe me, it's not in any way compared to the stress that you have from having to work with people that you do not get along with. And you will really have to think about that. You have to weigh the stress. It's kind of easier said than done. You just say, look, I will figure it out. Even though I have to eat burgers, I will figure it out. The main thing is that I don't have to go to this shitty job, Believe me, it's easier said than done. When you have to keep existing, not knowing where the next $100 bill is going to come from, it could be very, very stressful. It could be very, very stressful. And it takes a special kind of skill set to actually be able to go through this kind of stress. But like I said, if you have somebody behind the scene that's bankrolling this process, you might not have to think about this, because when things go south, the person is going to stand in for you. If there's a month that things are very bad, sales are bad, you do not have to go begging on the streets. You do not have to miss your insurance payment. You don't have to begin to have this uncomfortable discussion with your landlord. Oh, sorry, this month I won't be able to meet up with my payment and all that. Look, if somebody is there behind the scene working for you, going to the shitty job that you do not like, that you are talking about here on YouTube, that person is going to see you through in this time. And sometimes people don't talk about this. And this is a misrepresentation of what actually happens when you quit your job to go all in on your business. Somebody is going to stay behind the scene doing that shitty job that you are here talking about. All right? So the last model, which is what I actually want to recommend to you, is to keep your job as much as possible. Yes, a full-time job might be very, very challenging. This is where a part-time job comes in. Because, like I said, what you're trying to build requires more than 1 hour or 2 hours every day. It takes a minimum of 10 hours, but you can do it in 6 hours if you are very, very productive. So what it means is that you have to keep your part-time job, keep it as long as you can. And then if you go to a part-time job, you're able to finish, let's say, 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock, as the case may be, then you still have time to grind out your business. And you can grind another 6 hours if your part-time job is not very, very physical. If your part-time job is not very, very physical. But the thing is, you have to keep that part-time job for as much as possible. I've seen people here on the YouTube street and they are going back to a 9-to-5 job because, believe me, it's not easy. You could be having the best of time, you have the best of suppliers, but then you come one day and the supplier tells you, sorry, I've not got products for you to sell. And what happens then? You've not got a job, at least a part-time job that will take care of these recurring expenses like your car note, your rent, your health insurance. This is the minimum thing that you can do for yourself to stay away from the stress of having to figure out things in the time where your business is still trying to take shape. So you want to keep your job as much as possible. Having a part-time job on the side is the minimum I would recommend. In this way, you are sure that your health insurance is going to be paid. You are sure that if your car should break down today, at the end of the month, you are definitely going to have some money in your hand. It doesn't matter what the algorithm is doing. It doesn't matter if there are changes in a particular system, if there are changes in a platform like, say, eBay or Amazon or Etsy. It doesn't matter if YouTube is just playing some tricks on your videos. At least at the end of the month, you know that, yes, you will still be able to at least put food on your table from your part-time job. You will be able to pay your health insurance. You'll be able to pay your car notes. And you won't default in anything. You will not even have to go begging. This is the minimum thing that you can do. But then, like I said, if you have somebody willing to stand in for you while you figure things out, then all well and good. But if you do not have somebody that's there to stand in for you and make things happen for you while you're trying to figure things out, please keep your job as much as you can. Look at these videos. Believe what you hear in these videos with a pinch of salt. The truth be said, it's very possible to succeed in business. Is it possible? Yes. But you need a special kind of discipline. You need a special kind of skill set. And trying to figure out things is really, really difficult. There's no way I can express it more to you. But believe me, it's difficult to figure out things. You will ultimately figure it out, like I said, if you have the right mindset, you have the right skill set, you have patience, you have determination, and every other necessary skill set, you have them well kept in your tools box, then you'll be able to figure things out. But if you do not have that, please keep your job at the minimum, a mini job, until you're able to figure it out. I hope this video helps you. If it does, go ahead and click on the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Until I see you again, peace.